if you have ever lost ELO 100, 200 rating points, maybe you play chess.com, you have a losing streak, an over-the-board tournament where you didn't perform well and you lost a lot of points, well, this video is exactly for you, because this kind of thing happened to me. This is exactly what had happened to me. So I'm going to tell you the story of my over-the-board rating. So first, I played my first over-the-board tournament ever, like 1 year ago. Yeah, roughly 1 year ago. It was in summer 2024, maybe spring, maybe something like this. So 1 year ago, maybe 1.5, something like this. And I got my first over-the-board rating, 1400 national rating in Germany. This isn't anything special, but for my first tournament, I was happy. I was slightly higher rated on chess.com at that point, and I was happy. But from that point on, I was like, okay, I am going to increase that rating. And I did so. I did increase that rating. Next tournament I played, I gained 100 rating points. I went up to 1500. Next tournament, 1550, 1600. Very fast progress. Yeah, and over the course of like half a year or to a year, I went up to 1750, and I also got my, no, I didn't actually have a FIDE rating at that point. And you know, I was playing very well. I had good tournaments over and over. I won a regional youth tournament for under 18, and it was just great. But then from 1750, I had a tournament that was terrible. Actually, that is the tournament that I first gained my first FIDE ELO in. So basically, I played this tournament, and I just played terrible. I blundered my pieces, like I blundered my queen because of miscalculation, like literally. And I mean, this was just such a terrible tournament that I ended up losing over 50 rating points from 1750 to 1700, which basically meant, yeah, I mean, I have to get back up. And then I was like in the next tournament, and then I was playing the next tournament, I was like, I mean, I gotta go back up, right? But actually what happened, again, I dropped back to 1650. And I was like at that point, well, what do I do now? I dropped so much. Maybe it was just luck that I went up to 1750. Maybe, oh, should I quit chess? No, of course not. Right? I had all these doubts in my mind that you're probably also experiencing at the same time right now. I had many doubts in my mind. I was like, you know, this is not very good. What if I play the next tournament and I even perform worse and I drop back to 1600 or something, right? Those were all of the doubts that I had. But in reality, what happened at the end of the day, I played my next tournament. In this tournament, it wasn't a great tournament, but it was good enough to get me back to 1680. Then I played the next tournament and it was good enough to get myself back to 1720. And then I played my next tournament and I got myself back to 1750. And that is my current national rating over the board. Like I have like 1750. And by the way, I also have a FIDE, which is like, I think 1800 or something, but I'm not quite sure. I think it was, I got that FIDE in that bad tournament where I originally lost rating. So my FIDE should probably be higher. In reality, I'm just not playing that many FIDE tournaments because, you know, I'm playing a lot of local tournaments. But that's besides the point. So what happened is my rating went back down, but it also went back up. And this is basically the lesson here. The lesson here is you will get back up. The mindset I want you to get is basically, and now listen to my words closely, you have the rating that you deserve. And it sounds harsh at first, right? But your chess rating is very simply just something that shows your strength, your chess strength. Like it's literally just that. It's nothing else, right? It's literally just how strong you play chess, and that's like, okay, he's a chess player that plays at a strength of like 1600, right? So if you play at a strength of a 1700, then you'll eventually get to 1700. That is just the reality. And if you have an actual strength of 1750, like I do have right now, in my opinion, then you will get back there. So, for example, you came up to 2000 on chess.com and you were so happy, finally I got to 2000. But then you had a couple of bad games and you got into a rut and suddenly you're back to 1900 on chess.com. Calm down and realize, if I'm playing at the strength of a 2000 chess.com player, I will get back there. Never give up. What also helps is not tying your rating to your identity. For example, I used to tell myself, well, I am a 1300, I am a 1400 rated chess player. I am a 1600, I am a 1700. A lot of people say this, but that's actually very bad to say this, because then you're tying your rating to your identity. What actually I have to praise myself for this, because what I did when I was then 1650, I wasn't saying I'm a 1650 rated chess player. I said I'm a 1750 chess player to myself in my head, because I was still basically saying, okay, I have the strength of a 1700, although I was like 1650, right? You get my point, right? You basically don't tie your current rating to your identity. Instead, you basically say, okay, I know my chess strength, and this rating is just a current expression of that. I mean, I'm really hoping to get this point across in this video. Don't ever think you're just your rating, because this is actually the beauty about chess, in my opinion. You can beat higher rated opponents. It's possible. I recently, again, I told you I am now 1750. I again recently had a tournament where I drew a 2100 FIDE and I won against an 2000 FIDE. Think about that, right? That shouldn't be possible. But sometimes that happens, and in chess, you get these highs and downs, but at the end of the day, your rating will get to where you deserve, or your rating will get there, you will get to the rating that you deserve, right? So that is the whole point. I don't want you to think, oh, no, I dropped my rating, oh, no. It's not that deep. That's what often you hear, and it's not that deep, okay? You think it's very, very terrible right now, but if you actually play at the strength of a 2000, you will get back to 2000 eventually. And that's basically all I wanted to say in this video. I hope you could understand what I was trying to get across in this video. Don't be discouraged. You will get back. Don't tie your identity to your rating. Keep improving. Keep doing whatever you do for training. You have that strength. Keep playing chess. Keep playing tournaments. And you will eventually get back to where you were, because rating is just an expression of your chess strength. Don't think of rating as like some God-given thing. No, think of it as your expression of your chess strength. So basically what you have to do to increase your rating, to increase your chess strength. That's basically it. I mean, that sounds kind of obvious, but you get what I'm saying. Okay, so I hope you understood this. If you enjoyed my advice here, hit the like and subscribe button right now, and I'll see you in the next video.